You guys ready? Okay. That's the one that's again. Hello? Camera or camera? Okay. Please be respectful.
Move up. Start listening. Cancel. Mile square is 6, okay. Mile square.
You say he's passing gas.
77.
Say he's passing gas, he was upset when he
18, okay. Stop listening.
But I don't know what you guys spoke about there.
How's everybody doing today, man?
Oh, go ahead.
How's everybody doing?
Good, sir.
Okay, all is well, man. All is well. So today my colleague, she's not here today. So you guys have been graced with my presence, you know, for a good day of some edifying conversation and topics that also relate to career development for the PEP program, Prison Education Project, with Mr. Kenneth Williams, your aspiring psychologist. So how'd everybody weekend go? It was cool. I kind of chilled it out. Had a lot of studying to do, you know, a couple exams or whatnot, stuff of that context, but all is well. Where's TJ at? TJ in the back? TJ. Mr. TJ Sticks, how you doing? You forgot? What about the other young man? Oh, okay, that's what's up. Yeah, you know, so you know we gotta talk about that, right, TJ? When it comes to objectives or whatnot, you want to try your best to, you know, complete every objective you can. So today, so today, right? I have a PowerPoint, and I may pull it up, but I got the basics of what we're going to talk about. So we're going to talk about communication, soft skills, networking, a lot of things that are factors when it comes to just life in general. Social, you know. Okay. All right, we'll get back to it. That I want to what's his name again? Said Arturo?
Yeah.
How you doing, Arturo?
Good, and you?
All is well, man. Thank you for asking. Was you able to pen? Was you able to put that work to the pen? That magic?
Yeah, I got a little bit.
A little bit is all good, man. You gonna be the icebreaker, man. You ready to break the ice? That's what's up, man.
Alright, it's called Daisy the Horse. In the beat. You ready?
Yes, sir.
There's like this, like fire the gates back to bed, God prayer at the home, so the homies all off, go dead on the phone. I gotta keep it on and going back and forth, so the homies doing like left, I gotta keep solid, gotta stand 10 toes. never been a switch. It's a lot that I chose. She telling me that she done it, but I know she a hoe. Not a side item mind, just thought about it. So, 15 years, going down to the dope. I'm gonna get the kid, work out for school, but I'm putting down broke. So before there ain't even better days, one day I'm gonna go. The devil told me, boy, this, I'm joke. It is what it is, I'm a solo go. I'm gonna make my hood to the day I go. Counting these bricks under the pole. I was praying in my motherfucking doors. I can really build up the school. Days in the hearts, you gotta keep it going.
That's what I'm talking about. I like that, man. Everybody give him a hand. Give y'all boy a hand, man. Show him that support. Yeah, that's what's up, man. That was actually real great, man. Keeping it real. I like that, man. You got some when it comes to, you know, telling the stories or whatnot, you know what I'm saying? And you provided some good detail in your context, you know. It was all real, you know, respectfully. So I dig that. You know, now, the reason why I asked you guys to write it without using profanity, because it was to show that you are able to transition, also to be versatile, you know, when necessary. So if the opportunity comes where you're able to present yourself in a positive light, you can do it without feeling challenged. Did you feel challenged when you wrote that rap? Did you feel like it? You didn't feel? Did you feel like it was difficult?
Actually, nah. It was like pretty easy.
Exactly. So you know that when you think about that, you want to apply that to life. You know how easy it is to consider transition. How easy it is to try to apply certain things that'll benefit you more and bring you, you know, up that ladder. So like, for example, if I was a rapper, or, you know, you was networking, like I said, and, you know, the opportunity came for you guys, somebody asked you to, you know, that challenge at the moment, you know, you making that move, checking off that objective, showing them that you're capable of doing that, will provide you with opportunities. And the more opportunities you get when you're able to be versatile and able to bring the necessary things to the table that will benefit you, your future, and your family. So, you know, we talking about communication today, soft skills. You know, I thought about, it was somebody I wanted to bring on today, but he's kind of busy. He's real busy, you know what I'm saying? But he does, I may bring him in sometime next week or so, or maybe the week after. The benefit of communication, it has to do with articulation, being professional, you know, reading, learning yourself so that you're able to present yourself to the right environment. I hear an echo. Okay, all is well. So, for example, a lot of you guys read in there every day. How many, for good show of hands for all the guys that I can see, man? How many of y'all got books?
Pretty much everybody up in here.
Okay. Well, what type of book? But now what type of books you read? Like, when it comes to, you know, so I asked that question to say, when I read certain books, you know, I did all the, you know, the urban literature, the, you know, the stories that apply to the streets and whatnot. But I connected more so with books like James Patterson. Y'all familiar with James Patterson, right? He's a known author that writes novels.
Pretty good too.
Exactly, and that's good. You know about him. Now, a lot.
History.
Exactly, murder mysteries and everything. Now, a lot can be taken from his books, and this is the benefit of reading. This is the reason why I got so many classes. When it comes to reading books, you know, I tell my brother and other people, you know, when you run across a word and you don't know the definition, what do? Anybody got to answer that question? When y'all come across a word in a book, what do? You skip it? Sound it out? Do you try to learn it?
Reread the sentence to see.
You said you reread the sentence to see what it says? Okay. Now, you want to, when it comes to like books like James Patterson, Jonathan Kellerman, a lot of that, you guys want to try to utilize the books that you read to articulate yourselves. When you read these books, you got to look at these books like food also. Like, dang, you know what I'm saying? I know that I'm getting older. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to potentially go to the pen, or I may get out, 17, 18, 16, where I'm able to still develop myself and, so that I'm ready for the world that we're dealing with today. A lot of you, so I'm not one to ask about anybody's time frame or whatnot, but my thing is, do a lot of you consider working when it comes to coming home?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Let me give me somebody. Did somebody say something?
No. Go ahead.
Okay, so when it comes to working, what type of, I know we mentioned a few jobs last week, but when it comes to working, what type of work are you guys looking into? What type of work do you see yourself doing that you like, man, I think this is going to help me take care of my family. This is going to help me, invest and really get my credit up and then much more. What do you think about it?
Abdul Gonzalez, I'm speaking. I really can't see me on the back.
I see.
I want to do tattooing. Tattooing, you can make a lot of money off that shit too.
Yeah, you're right. And remember I told you about Mr. Cartoon? Yeah, Mr. Cartoon, he's the guy that did 50 cents back when he initially came out and he got the real big 50 on his back or whatnot. And, like I said, certain murals that people get on their backs, they're very expensive. They're very expensive. Now, let me see. I wanna open up this PowerPoint. You guys give me a second. I'm gonna share the screen so you might not see my face a lot. But when I work with my technology, I normally speak to the computer, because of my paralysis. You see? Let me see. So when y'all look at the screen, is it small or is it large?
It's large.
Okay, that's good. It's legible. All right.
We have a 70-inch.
Oh, that's what's up. Mine's is almost there. Mine's is almost there. I gotta make sure. Okay. No, I see. I still see y'all. Let me see something.
Yeah, you're gonna be able to see this, but you can see your screen.
You see? Oh, you can see the screen, right?
Yeah, they're on the like.
Yeah. No, I see it. I just want to make sure y'all good. That's me moving the mic. Okay, we good. Y'all see the PowerPoint?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's all good. Career development, life skills, and soft skills. Anybody have an idea what? Give me some of what you think life skills are. If you can answer that question, touch on a few life skills. Say that again.
How to change a tire.
How to change a tire. What else?
How to clean and cook.
How to clean and cook. Domesticated skills, right?
How to wash your car.
Yeah. You know what's crazy, right? A lot of y'all have mentioned things that, we all kind of grew up with, with our families. Grandmas, teach us, moms, go do them dishes. You got to learn how to cook when they at work, stuff of that nature. When you get a little older, you got to change a tire instead of calling AAA, making yourself look bad, because it's a lot of guys that we see out there with the jewelry and everything. They don't know how to change a tire, man. And, they don't be looking too good, man, too manly. You got to be able to get your hands dirty. When it comes to soft skills, y'all familiar with soft skills? Yeah, you said nobody's familiar with soft skills?
Yeah, person, leadership.
Okay. That's life skills we talking about. So some of the skills in leadership: communication, people skills, being able to have conversations with people, where it's positive, being able to also, be articulate. Now I'm gonna throw the word articulate around a lot. You know what I'm saying? Because I want you guys to understand that I want you to know when it comes to getting out of a lot of what I say, ultimately it's like I need to learn. Yeah, I'm going to school, but I need to learn. Let me grab these books. Let me educate myself. Let me upgrade my vocabulary. Let me go up that ladder. You owe yourself this. All of you, everybody in this room right now, you owe yourself this. You owe yourself to develop these skills. Communication, people skills. I'm able to talk to a lot of my professors, a lot of college students, a lot of people in professional fields that go up the ladder. That's why I was able to get in this position, for having life skills, for having communication skills. A lot of you guys, like I said, you want to make sure that you're able to communicate. You'll be able to communicate with your staff, with your counselors, with your lawyer or your attorney on your case. When they understand that you're able to communicate in a way that gives them the impression, okay, he's learning something, he knows something, he's smart, he's bright, he has a great future ahead of him. So I think we can help him out, whatever the case may be. If it's on the case, if it's, we recommending a letter, stuff of that context. When you got good communication and good people skills, the other people that you network with or that you communicate with or deal with, whether it's high school teachers, professors in colleges, they're going to want to refer you. They're going to want to shadow you and make sure you're straight. And that's a lot of people that I have that like to shadow me based on the fact that I communicate, I'm articulate, I'm professional minded. I come from a background that is strong, that shows, man, he made a good transition and he went up that ladder without allowing his background to keep me stagnant and make me look like not a stereotype, but make me fit the stereotype. A lot of us, a lot of you young men in that room probably don't know it, but you deal with people that might stereotype you, might judge you with the bias, and with that, you gotta break out of that shell and let them know that's not me. And it's by the way you speak. It's by the things that you know. It's by being detailed. That's one thing that I praise when it comes to conversations. I like to ask questions because I like detailed responses. So if I was to ask one of you guys a question and you just say, like, for example, Arturo say, I just want a tattoo. And I'll push more for an open-ended response. Why? What about tattooing? You want to, do you want to open a business? So it requires him to give detailed responses. And the more detailed, it shows that you were researching it. You looked into it, aside from just giving an answer where it's like, yeah, I want to just tattoo. What about if somebody else mentioned, I want to do be an electrician or work in the field of construction? What part of the field of construction you want to get into? What do you want to do after you get into it? And they can provide answers. Well, I want to get into possibly electrician, carpenter, bricklayer, or even iron workers. I want to be able to get paid and acquire more experience and go up that ladder. And hopefully, as I get paid, I'm able to establish credit, open up a bank account, get my name good, buy a home, and get me a place for me and my family. So it's all about details. So I got a question. Leadership. Raise your hand if you feel like you're a leader. Y'all bet not just sit there like that. Raise your hand if you feel like you're a leader.
About 3 hands up.
Oh, it's a couple hands up. Okay. That's good. So, how many? Give me a rough count, sir. How many hands was up?
The leader?
Yeah, for leaders.
Yeah, 5.
And about how many we got in the room altogether? Total. 13? Okay, so that's about 8 that don't feel like they fit the bill of leadership. You know something, you're wrong. A lot of you fit the bill of leadership. Do you understand what it takes to be a leader?
Yes, sir.
Tell me what that is.
Not be a follower.
Not be a follower. Yeah, that's the
Not to rely on waiting somebody to make
that's a good response. I respect that. Yeah, being a leader. I am definitely a leader. You know, I educated myself, learned. Hold on, I think I dropped my mic. Give me a second. I want to make sure. Y'all can still hear me? Okay, you can still hear me, right? Okay, no, my mic had failed. Okay. Yeah, I consider myself a leader, man. You know, because one, I'm able to give constructive advice and guidance to other people my age, older, the OGs, younger. You know, I build myself. I build what I want to be and much more. I don't follow people, but I can be inspired. Now, just because you're inspired by somebody doesn't mean you follow them. You following them is what gets you caught up when you feel like, you know, you let me think of a context of following that I don't like. You following them and, you know, you seek them for answers. Although it's other people that we can seek for answers, but it's the way that you seek it. Now, this way of seeking a person for answers is, I don't know what to do. I don't have any answers. I don't know what to do. What should I do? You know, constantly lost, constantly in a place of confusion. A real leader will get themselves out of that place of confusion. They will find out what needs to be done. They will do what's necessary to do it. They will learn what's necessary to get there. You got to have that type of leadership. You know, that being a leader is an individual inside. And I was a leader in the yard. Leader in the yard, leader where I was at. You know, I didn't have to follow suit or none of that. You know, I went to school. I read my books. I had my own program. I kept it solid. The officers and everyone respected me. That's the same thing that I feel like as a young man is things that when you utilize that content as a leader, it will get you far in life, especially inside. It won't jeopardize your program. It won't jeopardize your well-being. People, the average person that is, when they're inside, when it comes to being a leader and being a follower, they don't know how to respond in certain situations. The average person responds the way that everyone else responds. That's not a leader. If you respond outside of the box, as far as an altercation, having words with somebody, having a disagreement, a debate, you got to have a way of responding that shows maturity, that shows that sense of leadership. I'm a man, you know, for example, for every person that chooses to respond in class, I feel like that's a leader. For every time someone stands up and speaks in detail, that's a leader. But you have individuals, not here in general, this is a general statement, but you have individuals that, say that again? Yeah, but you can have people that would be in these type of classes that don't respond, that don't say anything, and that doesn't make them a leader. Time management, we got nothing but time. I got, you know, and you got to manage it right. When it comes to time management, how do you manage your time in there? You work out, you read your books, you write. How do you manage your time? Which way?
We appreciate that.
Appreciate it, 'cause, like, you know, we just
Time is precious. Time is precious.
That's why when stuff like that gets taken because of someone else's action, that's why we disobedient. That's why we not.
Exactly. You take it and you value it. And you do everything you can to keep your privileges consistent. You understand? So if they give you privileges based on the fact that you guys are following the rules, you listening, do everything necessary to keep those privileges consistent. Because I've been in a situation, ample times in life where I see how it feels to really lose opportunity, to really lose privileges. Can't watch no TV, can't get no book, can't do too much of nothing, can't even look out the window. You just got to sit in the cell like, damn, this is crazy, because, I wasn't doing the right things to stay with a positive program. A lot of you have that mindset. If you guys understand the value of life, if you guys are understanding the fact that you are blessed to be able to be alive, see the next day, get these privileges, although inside, and have opportunity like this. I wasn't in a program when I was in juvenile hall where someone came that was in a position that I was in their life and was able to give me some type of edification that will benefit me in my future. So it's a lot of this we have to take into consideration. Organization. Y'all know what organization means?
We make things tight.
And this organization is not the institutions, nonprofit. This is being more of a person that is not all over the place, not everywhere. Everything is objective after objective completed, next objective completed. All right, on to the next completed. I'm a person that's well organized. I'm able to keep things intact. You want to acquire these skills. Problem solving. We already know what problem solving is. That's staying out of the BS. I was up last night, 3 a.m, thinking about you guys, respectfully. Thinking about a lot of the things that I wanted to say today, since my partner, my colleague wasn't here. And I thought about problem solving and, when it came to working. And, a lot of you guys mentioned that, you wanted to work. And I'm like, did you know you guys can work now? Inside. Work now. Ultimately. And this is in the positive context. But you have to be able to know how to work the system while you inside. That's not being one to submit to the negative thought or the negative decision that will jeopardize your time. You got people that are in prison right now that are constantly finding different courses constantly, and they take off time. Different various books, things that you can learn, psychological, cognitive thinking, perception, philosophy, all of these things. You want to be able, like I said, in the first part when it came to communication skills, you want to work up that ladder mentally to better yourself so that when it comes to the old responses that you would have, because I used to see it a lot when I was young. We was defined. We didn't want to listen. Staff tell us something, every once in a while. We got the homies looking, peer pressure, whatnot. So you got to respond in a way that's like, oh, that's what's up. He told them, forget that fool. No, I ain't listening. Whatever. You're going to get more time. Whatever. So what? Nah, we can't do that. Them days is over with. If you know what's going on out in society right now, considering the fact that they are locking everybody up, considering the fact that they're not going easy on everyone, you want to get out there and make sure your family's straight. Do any of you have kids? No kids? All right, no, that's cool. Well, that's good. A lot of you don't have kids. So you want to take the time to make sure you're in a position to make sure your kid's straight. You don't want to be the guy that, get out 18, 19, whatever the age may be. I know a lot of you got various different release dates, probably still going through the process of trying to get the right date, but you don't want to get out and put yourself in a situation where, you know, you ain't able to take care of your kid, because that makes you, it slows you down, unless you have acquired the necessary skills while inside to make sure that you and your kids and everybody is straight, and you gave the girl and her family and your family the sense of security that you're going to accomplish these things that are necessary to do so. Creativity. Now, I know a lot of you got creativity. I know TJ, creativity. Arturo, creative. You know. Now, oh, and my boy Nelson. I see you back there, bro. So, when it comes to creativity, more people out of that in the room, the 13. A lot of you, do you also feel creative?
Yeah.
When it comes to building?
Yeah.
What other creative skills y'all have?
Mastermind.
Mastermind?
I was thinking you're an artist.
You're an artist? Okay. Now, the reason why I ask about creativity, because having the creative skills is, okay, so the person with a lot of known factors, man, I'll say like movie writers, directors, artists, rappers, poets, a lot of them are creative. They have a mind that's outside of the box, where you're able to think of a lot of things that the average person won't consider. You're not dry, you're not typical, you're not common, you're rare, and you're able to think of a lot of things that you have a great imagination. It's just like if, which I probably won't, but if I say, for example, write a quick story, like if I said, for example, write a quick story and be creative, it's like, no, all is well. It comes with the program. So like I want a sense of creativity. Like if I asked a lot of you guys to write a story, you know, and you had to do one page of something creative, somebody blurt out or, you know, volunteer to say what, and this is going to give you an idea of how creative you are. A quick story is something that, and it doesn't have to be a full story. I'm not going to have you, you know, come out with a whole story like you're reading a page, but more so a synopsis. A synopsis is just the overview of the story. If I was to tell you, somebody put out an idea real quick, a creative thought, something different, go for it. All right, go for it.
When I was younger, like, really young, me and my brother didn't know how to skate right. So instead of doing all the and doing a grind, do it like, find those curves where it's kind of like, it's like, it's kind of a little lump. And we would ride up on top of that and act like we were grinding on the curve. Like we were pro skaters. Like we used to think we were pro skaters, but we was really us. I don't know, but it was still fun. We couldn't actually do an ollie and grind. So we go up the company grind.
That's what's up. Yeah, no, you know what? I used to do that a lot too. No, that was great. Yeah, no, and that's exactly having imagination, creativity. Now, conflict resolution. Y'all know what conflict resolution is?
Yeah.
What's that? What's the overall gist?
To prevent, yeah, pretty much. Like, to prevent, like, I don't know how to explain it, but like, come to an agreement.
And the basically not allow it to escalate, not to let it turn into something unnecessary. you know, fisticuffs, all that. Now, when it comes to conflict resolution, you know what, one thing that makes it difficult for individuals? Pride. Having pride and allowing everyone else to dictate how your response should be. That's not a leader. That's what I was saying earlier. That's a person that is a follower, that when you allow everyone else to dictate your response, you following what they want. Let me entertain the crowd. Nah, man, hold on, kill it out. Hey, bro, my bad. It's not submissive. It's not weak. It's not timid. It's not none of that. Real recognize real. You know, and if a lot of you know that term, you would understand that when somebody, they can recognize you, they can tell, they can see your program, and they'll take you into consideration and say, yeah, you right, I was wrong too, bro. It's good. Shit, you need a book, you straight, you need anything, go work out, whatever. Chop it up anytime. Stress management, how y'all handle stress?
Working out, listening to music, reading books.
Exactly, and that works, man. And that works. Say that again. Let me make sure it went okay. I'm listening. I gotta get to this. There's not a lot of slides, but I need to put them up just so that I can make sure I get some good dialogue with you guys. You know, I gotta make sure. Ultimately, man, every time I speak to you guys in the upcoming weeks, you know, I want at the end of the course, you know, I want you guys to, you know, feel like, okay, I learned something, and you know, I would be okay with learning more from him. You know, I want you to feel the fact that, like I said, you know, it's all about you guys. It's all about what you want and your concerns, and you know, that can help you through your program. There's something that we about to get into. There we go, body language, because I'm about to get on the guys that's laying down for the concentration camp.
Nelson has a question.
Okay, go for it.
Go ahead, Nelson.
I was just thinking about what you said earlier about being a follower and being influenced to do something. Can I give an example with me about something like that? Go ahead.
Yeah, definitely.
When I was younger, I'm not gonna lie, when I was a little kid and I was locked in here, I was like 12 years old. I didn't want to get bullied, so I would do shit to prove like I'm not a bitch. I would fight kids, I would get up, I would do things that people would tell me to do, like to crash them, you know? And it wasn't really the best way to go. That's being a follower.
Exactly.
It's like with parkour. I saw people doing parkour. I loved it. I was motivated to try it, so I was influenced to do parkour. That's not being a follower. It's being influenced to do something. Like right now, I'm influenced to be a leader. I can't be a leader to everyone, but I'm going to be a leader to the ones that I can and help the ones that I can, you know?
That's great, Nelson. Can y'all give Nelson a hand, man? Give y'all boy a hand for sharing that, because you know it's good to consider being a leader, and that was great, man. I appreciate you sharing that. Parkour was your outlet, you know. You wasn't being a follower. You chose an outlet of something that you was interested in doing, and that's what it comes down to. You got to consider something you want to do, not something that everybody wants you to do. So, soft skills, man. Verbal, face-to-face communication. Humor. You got to be a funny dude, man, when it comes to this fits into leadership. You know, checking the way you may respond. You can be humorous about a lot of things, man. I remember when I used to get into it with certain individuals, and I could make light of the situation. And you know, I was just playing. You know how we get up in here, bro. You know, it wasn't even. But I wasn't to be taken serious, man. It's all love, bro. And they will respond respectfully, you know, in a humble manner. But people feel like when you, like I said, people consider certain things as being submissive or being weak. And like I said, that's not leadership. That's not a leadership mindset. You do what you want as a leader. That's going to make sure you straight and everybody else around you. We're not here to build enemies. We're here to network. You know, go up that ladder. Show that you got a good social, show that you got good social skills, especially when you're ready to go to college and especially when you go to work. You don't want the decisions that were negative of being a follower while inside transition upon your release and you take it to work. You take it to college. Because people at college play all the time. You know, they're not going to always see the thug or what you thought you were inside. They're going to see you as, you know, your real name. Like everybody call me Kenneth. They don't call me what they used to call me. You know, so it's like when I'm at school on campus, you know, I can't be like, this dude got me twisted. You know, or they got on this color or whatever. You know, but they playing. You know what I mean? So, you know, you got to have that. You got to have humor. You got to be able to have small talk too. Be able to talk to people, man. And, you know, y'all do it inside. So y'all training yourselves. Non-verbal communication. Body language, man. Body language. Now, this is what I'm about to talk about. Posture. So, my young men, y'all two in the front, man. Y'all tired? Matter of fact, all three of y'all in the back. One behind, the whole row sleep. Y'all tired? Y'all tired a little bit? So look, and I thought about this. I thought about this while I was like I said last night. You know, active listening is everything. You know, you want to make sure that you're listening because you want the person to listen to you also. But my thing is, I'm here for you guys. If you feel like there's something in particular that you want to hear, we're going to start with the one in the front. You right in front of me. If there's something in particular that you want to hear, would you like to share it so that I can make sure that I have your attention and that it's not to bore you or make you feel like, you know, dang. I want you to more so feel like, dang, you know, he considered me and he asked me what I needed to hear. All right, man. I hope, you know, they get you some Tylenol, nurse or something, man. Okay, don't worry, y'all be out there about 21 minutes, man. I know y'all dinner coming up. What about the next man? You got, huh? Oh man, that's thankful, man. That means a lot to me, you know, because like I said, I'm in this for you guys. And when the young man asked me the other day, last week, you know, why do you do this, man? Because I was in you guys' shoes, and I want to make sure that y'all don't go too far. I really don't want you to go nowhere when it comes to a certain aspect of life, but I don't want you to go too far, man, and get trapped up in it before it's too late. You know what I'm saying? They out here dying right now from Riverside to LA County to Orange County, and I see it every day, and it's getting ugly. Like, I don't know if y'all get to see the news, but you know, as I look at social media and the news, and I'm just like, dang, man, that's crazy. You know, this stuff is prophecy in the Bible. It's really getting ugly out there. You know, disrespect. They don't, you know, the young people don't respect elders no more. You know, nobody's trying to work. Everybody trying to get a bag. And that's not good. If you're trying to get a bag, you want to acquire them skills and get a real bag. Like I said, you want to, all of you, it's like from this day on, if you haven't already been doing it, think about your family, think about your future, and what you're going to do to make sure they're straight. If you're thinking about kids and not trying to just bear back everything and be reckless about it, think about your future and making sure that they straight. Do I want my child to be in the exact same situation I was in? Do I want somebody like myself, as I get older, you know, to come back and have to speak to my child, you know, and hope to visit them? So you don't want to, you know, consider that. Active listening, man, conflict management, the same thing. You know, you want to be an active listener as much as you can, man. It's respectful, and also they'll give you that same acknowledgement, and it gets you somewhere. Eye contact, you know, your facial expressions, body language. You know, you want to be stern about it. Like if somebody's talking to me, the way I'm looking at this camera right now is the way I'm listening. Like, yeah, okay, I'm looking at you. Okay, for sure. I'm able to say some of the things that you said because what you said meant something to me. So I want to make sure I hear you. And I want to make sure that you hearing me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Let me exercise, flipping the switch. We might not do no exercise. This is cool. We touched on that. Let me see, communication. We touched on that. But also, like I said, ultimately, it comes down to communication. You want to speak in a way that's going to benefit you. You want to write, even when you write your letters. You know, I had to tell my baby brother. The reason I bring up my baby brother because he's incarcerated. He's the youngest. He was the youngest out of all of us. I got 4 brothers. He's incarcerated. He got hit with 15. Went straight in after 18. Was doing summer night lights at the park. Was out there, but he got caught up, you know. Let his mind get big on being somebody. You know, oh, the girls, I'm impressing the young girls. And I'm telling them, you impressing the girls that ain't nobody, bro. These little girls, these little kids, that's your bracket, but you're not impressing a woman. And if you did have her, you messed her up for the ones just to throw your D around and be reckless and not wise about the things that you should do. You had a job, you graduated, you walked the stage. You wanted to keep building your skills. Yes, sir.
Go ahead, Nelson.
Yes, sir.
When you talking about like communication, when you're writing, are you talking about like the tone or both verbally and literature-wise?
You said being patient when you're writing?
No,
You said when you're talking about communication, are you talking about verbal or literature? Verbal and literature?
with your tone.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. So when you speaking to somebody, and this is the thing, like when it comes to communication, a lot of you want to put yourself in a position where when you speak, you know, enunciation, project your voice, you know, like it just and this is not even if you're going to be a rapper or do poetry, but it's the fact that I'm about to say something that matters. I want to make sure that everyone is able to hear it clearly and they understand. But it's not stern in a way of disrespect. It's stern in a way of everything is clear. You sense that is humble and that there is a care there, and you want to project that. Enunciate every word. It matters. You know, I took speech class, but I always had a habit of wanting to be on stage, wanting to speak. You know, I went to colleges and spoke to students. I spoke to elementary schools, junior highs, all in Los Angeles. And it's all about making sure that your message is received. You have to. You want to make sure your message is received. But yes, Nelson, that's you know, that's what it's about, bro. And you want to make sure that you consider that because it'll help you. Definitely help you. Body language examples, like I said, eye contact. If you talking to staff, if you talking to the next person in the room, look them in the eye. It ain't got to be that, you know, that glare, that ice cube glare. Nah, it's I'm looking, I'm listening. You know, it's respectful. You know, don't hesitate to smile. You know, consider it. Don't frown unless you feel, you know, something you don't agree with or something, you know, that you might find disrespectful. Don't hesitate to speak your mind in a respectful manner. You got to have a way of communicating that is nothing but positivity. We know when to be a bear. We know when to be a lion. You know, we don't always have to be a bear and a lion all the time. You know, like I said, when I think about the time of being in juvenile hall, a lot has changed. It's very different, you know. It's very different. So you guys have programs and like the PEP program, which also works in various prisons. The other program that I work with, Project Rebound, where we help the individuals that are taking college courses in prison upon their release to make sure that they continue taking it. So if you guys feel like, if some of you, like I said, I don't know the details of nothing when it comes to cases in general, but if you feel and you know for sure, or that you're going to prison, you know, you want to consider jumping into college and staying on top of it. Jump on every opportunity that you can get. Work inside, you know, whether it's hands-on skills, electrician, PIA, whatever it may be, carpentry, landscaping, and also clerical skills. A lot of you have clerical skills. You know how to use the computers? Okay. Yeah, you know, they got programs that help you with typing and everything. You know, you want to take advantage of that, man. You know, like I said, I told my bro, he called today, and I told him a lot of the things that passed today. Well, not passed, but that the governor signed in benefit of, you know, individuals that are incarcerated. Even you guys, AB 2417. You know, it's just about the juveniles, the youth, the young guys, you know, knowing your rights, you know, and they're going to make sure that, you know, your voice is heard. You don't feel like we're not being heard. So whenever they, you know, display or put these things out in the system, it's going to be a lot that's going to benefit you guys, and, you know, that's going to really help you with your time and just keep you right, man. You know, that's my main concern, is keeping you guys right. You know, hold on, I hate when this opens. Okay. Yeah, it's not a lot of slides today. You know, overall, what is success? So when you think about, like I said, when you think about your life skills that we mentioned earlier, what does success mean to you? So hopefully I can get everyone to ask. You know, I can say what I want, but I hope that I can get everybody to answer this question. What does being successful mean to you? And Arturo, like, he can be successful as a tattoo artist. Don't matter if he went to prison or not. Like, he can really have some sharp skills and get paid. So, you know, everyone else, if you
Get 2 hands up, sir.
Go for it.
Go ahead, Nelson. And then I got Coleman.
Okay.
My version of success is like achieving all my goals. Like, I don't have to be rich, just fucking famous. That's not my version of success. You know, my success is like all my goals getting accomplished.
Okay. Definitely. No, definitely. Knock all your objectives off. Make sure all your goals are getting accomplished, especially going up that ladder. Because when you accomplish your goals, you're going to obviously benefit from everything you accomplish. That means a lot, especially when it's documented and people that you try to employ, you know, people that you try to work for, or people that you talk to, they can learn from you just based on the fact that you were serious about your goals and you completed every objective necessary. Somebody else have their hand up? Let me hear it.
Success to me is like when I'm able to like be mentally and physically stable and like able to have my own house. That's where my mom and my family, like that's
Definitely. Definitely. Now, so that second question is going to piggyback off that. But before we get to it, anybody else want to share? Go for it.
Got one for Hines.
My definition is having people that I can rely on, and on having like financially stable. I don't have enough money to
Okay.
Can you repeat the question again?
Go for it.
Okay, can you repeat the question?
What does success mean to you?
Success means
Yeah, like 5 minutes. 4 minutes.
All right. Okay.
The success.
Okay, that's what's up. Now, what are some life skills that you need to achieve your goals? If the ones that have answered, or anyone else, it doesn't matter. I appreciate it. If you can briefly respond and say, what are you going to do? What are you going to utilize to get there? To reach your goals of success. Think about a lot of things that I talked about today.
Work hard, have good communication skills, and be able to communicate with others to get to where I want to go. Network, not like you say, network.
Yeah. And what was that other key word I used today? Start with an L. Being a what? Being a what? Yeah, being a leader, man. If you gonna reach your goals, you gotta have that leadership mindset. You gotta be like, man, I'm not tripping off nobody right now. I need to get where I'm trying to get. Inside, outside, whatever it may be. Your real people on these yards, in these facilities, they gonna respect it, and they always do. And I can tell you, like, I don't know what a lot of people hear when it comes to these prisons or whatnot, but all them little old stories and nonsense, all that stuff is a facade. It ain't even popping like that. They got programs. I mean, you got your knuckleheads that you gonna want to stay away from, where you can tell that based on the time they have, or based on the fact that they didn't, choose to be a leadership, they'll pull you back. But, it's a lot of individuals there that are leaders getting degrees inside. So, we touched on last week when I asked about, the strengths with, technically, I feel like that special skill set. And I don't think any of you have any weaknesses. One, because y'all young men. So I don't see no weaknesses up in here. I see people that's ready to figure it out and ready to make it happen. And ready to make it really happen. Like I said, you owe you. That's what this guy named Eric Thomas. He's a motivational speaker. He wrote a book. It's called You Owe You. That means you owe yourself to get there. It's your time. So you want to go up that ladder and make these things happen. You owe yourself to be a leader. You owe yourself to articulate yourself. You owe yourself to learn everything necessary. Go for it. I see you. Most definitely. Because she brought you here. She raised you. So you're going to always honor and respect and love your mom, man. No matter what, even when she mad or you mad, check yourself, and, for your salvation, man, always tell your mom you love her and check in on her. And so I'm going to get to this last part, which is just questions before we check out, because I ain't going to hold y'all. Anybody got any questions that they want to ask in particular, that, or anything that you might want me? Yes, ma'am? Okay, go for it.
I would make one more example of being a follower.
And make one more example of being a follower.
One more example of being a follower is allowing some.
He's gonna make the example.
Oh, okay, go for it. I'm sorry, my bad.
For example, like my dad, he's a magician. Like, he gets people on board, and like most people, they grow up and do the same shit as their parents. Like, or in other cases, some kids want to be different than their parents. Like,
They said that you wouldn't never do that to this kid.
yeah, like I'm not gonna be a follower like my dad.
You're gonna be there. You're gonna get this kid what you didn't have.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what, and I respect that, because that I share that same, we gonna say empathy, but I share that same experience with you. Now, there's a lot of things that I learned from my father growing up as a kid, and our relationship kind of went sour. I learned a lot of things about being professional, presenting myself, suit and tie, all that, when it comes, and work ethic, when it comes, because my father, he always was a worker. He always wore that suit, but, there were certain decisions that he made in life that I did not want to be a part of. And there was a certain aspect of, you know, kind of, you know, I grew up on false hope, false dreams, false promises. So me, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that for my child. I want to be able to tell my child yes. I want to be able to give my child, you know, the things that she asked for. I want to be able to give, you know, my child the things that will definitely help him as far as, will help her or them as far as learning and being educated. That's the same concept of why I'm here, you know, to help you guys, because it's not me as your guys' fathers. It's more so me as an example that to let you know, like, I've been through this certain light of life, and I want to make sure that I'm able to provide answers that will greatly help you and greatly, you know, guide you on a constructive path, man. So, you know, I wanted to share that. If anybody has any more questions, it's all good. But other than that, all right, man, I appreciate you guys' time, man. My colleague will be back next week with me, man, all day, man. You know, it's for sure. You know, and you guys share, man. You guys take care and have a good weekend. And thank you, staff. All right. No doubt, man. I appreciate it. Kaylee,
Yes.
can you push the stop button on my phone?